Hello, my name is Gabriel. On this channel I'm helping with Ascension. In this video I wanna give you some ideas what you can do after you start ascending, where you can help, or maybe, I don't know, if you ask the question, God, how can I help you? Now this is the question that you should ask, not what you can get. So first of all, you should do something worthwhile and then you will receive. Yeah, you should not get nothing for, you should not get something for nothing. Yeah, because then where are you going? So when it comes to ascension, and when you get to the point that you can put your attention in the middle of the sun and steer it, which will happen automatically when you are starting to ascend and when you do your inner engineering the right way. And then what you can learn from this channel, that you can add the plans, or because if you are stuck and you don't know in which direction to go, maybe you want to help, maybe you are very loving and kind and you don't know in which direction you want to go, and I'm here to tell you what your options are, some options. Yeah, so you can add the energy from plants to your aura so that you have a healing aura. So these are possibilities that are not 3D, these are already 5D possibilities and goes into 6 and 7. And because you have to ask yourself, if you ascend as a soul, which you have inside, everything is in evolution. Yeah, feathers on birds evolved. Humans were smaller 500 years ago. Our intelligence was not so developed like today. So biologically we are evolving, but we are evolving as souls as well. Jesus and some other beings, they were sun gods. They are beings which live in the sun. There are entities who live in the sun, like we live on earth. They are sun gods, and you yourself will be a sun god one day. And you need to know that you can develop in more directions as a soul. You can make atmosphere on planets, yeah, with your focus. When you have to do with death, because when you start to ascend, I will tell you how to do the atmosphere on planets. Let's say you need to put yourself into the form of a sun. You are a sun, you are a soul. Yeah, because who is hurt when your love leaves you, or when your love cheats on you, or when someone who you loved dies? Something hurts inside, and it's not a physical hurt, it's a soul hurt. Yeah, so you are a soul seeing through these eyes, and you have to ask yourself, in which direction can I grow as a soul? And when you put yourself into the place of a sun, you are a sun, and you go into the sun, from where you when you go to into meditation, I will tell you how to detect evil. Maybe you want to be a guardian, maybe you want to be a healer, maybe you want to be an artist. So there are more options for you to develop into, so that you help the universe, not just receive. That's a child state. That's a childlike mind of state, where you just want to get, receive, and what are you giving? Just eating and pooping, eating and pooping, eating and pooping. That's a child's mind. Yeah, what can you offer? What can you give? How can you contribute? Where can you be helpful? Where is it needed? Yeah, you have to ask yourself these questions when you grow up. So, if you wanna bring, let's say, atmosphere to Mars, first of all, ask for the codes and the seeds for pine trees. And when you have the codes for pine trees, because I was saying that you can have the codes from plants in your energetic field, so you can be a healer. And when you know that some places have the energy is negative, let's say, and then you go or you think about mullein, and mullein is negative energy dissolving, and aloe vera is evil energy dissolving, and some plants are have capabilities which are energetic capabilities, protecting capabilities. All those plants you can add to your energy field, and then select them like in a book. And when you want to grow atmosphere on Mars, first of all, ask for the codes, the seeds. Yeah, you speak to the sun, or you speak in the center of the earth, or you speak to God, and tell him to introduce in you the seeds of the pine cone, pine trees, yeah, and plants that can live in cold weather. And then, when you put yourself into the state where you're a sun god and onto the sun, you can project and imagine how pine trees grow on Mars. Pine trees grow on Mars. Pine trees, and you just stay focused in your meditation on pine trees and Mars, and pine trees and Mars. And there where it's cold and wet, plants will grow. Those plants will already make gases, and those gases will be then the atmosphere. All right? Maybe you want to be a guardian, and you are thinking, how can I help to protect innocence from evil? Yeah, and then, or how can you punish evil? Or maybe you just want to be, or maybe you want just want to hell, you don't like injustice, you want to bring justice to the world. Yeah, and then just imagine how you can detect evil. Yeah, when you go again into the middle of the earth, where the energetic field of the earth is, you can connect to that. And then imagine how this energetic field is like you are in a balloon. And on that balloon, you need to know that, let's say, children who are innocent, because there are many people, yeah, if you're in that balloon where the earth is shown from the inside, you will see many dots, and those are the people. And then when you take down the children, then a lot of dots will just vanish. And when you take down old people, a lot of dots will vanish. And then when you take down women, only men will stay. And then men have an energetic field, and usually evil has a dark, nasty, smelly energetic field. It has bad intentions, and this nasty thing. You can detect that. Yeah. And by you detecting that, something, when attention goes on to something that's detected like it's evil, yeah, you have to know that you can be like a guardian, you can bring punishment to that evil. The idea would be to detect evil before it does something bad, because you can bring punishment to evil after it did something bad, but the idea would be to get to evil before it does something bad. So if you start to think like this, like an evolved being, yeah, and I was saying this sun god thing, even the sun needs to evolve. Maybe you want to create matter, and you can create matter like this. So when you focus on your energetic field, yeah, and then just imagine how you create hydrogen, but in your mind's eye, you need to know the chemical composition, the geometry, how hydrogen looks like. Like this, you can, let's say you want to bless water, and you want to have, let's say, you want to have alcohol, like Jesus was able to make alcohol from water. How did he do that? He imagined, he projected. That's why imagination, imagination, imagine, magician. When you're a magician, you can do You can turn water into alcohol. All right? So you imagine the chemical composition of, my suggestion is start with hydrogen, helium, and go up the ladder. The sun will evolve further when it invents the next element. And just that you know, the sun was called Michael earlier in the days. Jesus is the sun. Yeah. Jesus is the Son God. It's the only Son of God. It's the only Son that we have. All right? Jesus and the 12 apostles. Jesus and the 12 constellations. Noah, he's sitting at the table in the center. He's the 13th being because he is surrounded by these constellations that we are moving through or we are in. All right? So when you want to create matter, you need to imagine the chemical formula for that matter. Just hold it in your mind's eye, and then from your energetic field it will be created. So I was saying about healing and about garden, atmosphere. Yeah, you need, yeah, how you create matter. Maybe I will forget something else. Maybe you want to be an artist, yeah, and then develop that side of yourself, which has to do with painting and with, because as a soul, yeah, how can there is art that heals sickness. There is art that makes you happy, vibrant. There is art that heals AIDS when you paint a mandala correctly. If somebody has SIDA or AIDS, yeah, this sickness, when they look at the mandala, they get healed. With your painting, you can bring pleasure. Depends in what the intention is in your painting, and then you can bring that to the world and make it a better place. All right, so there is a lot of things that you can do as an advanced soul. If the geometry, if you're pure enough, the geometry of the gene will appear to you, and that means that you have access to the genetic library or the genetic pool of planet Earth. And then when you speak to God exact, or to the sun, let's say, you need the imprint of sacred geometry, and then wherever you go you will emanate, like the sun emanates light, you will emanate sacred geometry. Sacred geometry will help heal sick people, handicapped people, emotionally disturbed people. Sacred geometry is healing. Okay, so maybe I forget some other themes as well, but this is how you need to think when you start to evolve as a soul. Okay, some of you will be portal opening beings, yeah, because we will learn how to travel on the electromagnetic energies in the universe. There is so many things. Yeah. I'll just give you some ideas how and what you can do, and yeah, if you have questions, just let me know. Take care, all the best, and have a good day.